Hey there guys, in this one we're going to start looking at second order differentiation, which might sound a bit scary, but it's nothing more tricky than differentiating a function twice. So up to now when we've just differentiated once, that's first order differentiation, which leads us to first order derivatives. If we differentiate our function twice, that leads us to second order derivatives, which have a fair few applications, so it's quite an important little skill. So, first up, there's a bit of new notation. So let's say our function is called y, then our first order derivative we might write as dy over dx, or the notation that I prefer, we might also call it y dash to x. Now our second order derivative, so if we differentiate again, so we're differentiating dy by dx or y dash to x, we call this either d squared y over dx squared, which might look like it means the square of dy by dx, but it doesn't. It means the second derivative, which we could also write as y dash dash of x. So now we're going to do some examples of finding these guys. Okay, first example, we've got y equals x to the power of 5 minus 3x cubed, and we want to find the second order derivative. So differentiate to get the first order. So dy by dx is going to be 5x to the power of 4 minus 9x squared. So that's our first order derivative. To get our second order, we just differentiate that again. So d squared y by dx squared is going to be, well, the 4 comes down and multiplies the 5, so we get 20, and then the power of 4 goes down by 1, so we get 20x cubed minus, the 2 comes down and multiplies the 9, 18, and then the power of 2 goes down by 1, so we've just got minus 18x. There is our second order derivative. So when this does get a little bit scary is when we're dealing with either negative or fractional powers. So here we've got y equals 1 over x. So again we want to find the second derivative. So we need to write this in power form first of all. So 1 over x is x to the minus 1. So our first derivative, dy over dx, is going to be, well, it's going to be minus, or minus 1 if you like, x to the minus 2. Now if we were to stop there and we only wanted the first order, really then we would write that back in fractional form. So that would be minus 1 over x squared. But if we want to carry on and get the second order, then we would leave it in power form. So our second derivative Okay, so be very careful here. So the minus 2 comes down and multiplies what we've already got. So we're going to have minus 2 times minus x to the minus 3. The power goes down by 1. So, minus 2 times minus x to the minus 3 is positive 2x to the minus 3, which is 2 over x cubed. Okay, next up we got y equals root x. So again we need to write this in power form. So the square root of x is x to the power of 1/2. So our first derivative, dy by dx, is 1/2 x. Now 1/2 is reduced by 1 whole. So 1/2 minus 1 is minus 1/2. So we've got 1/2 x to the minus 1/2. Now if we want to differentiate that again, just be really careful with the negatives and the fractions. So the power of minus 1/2 comes down in front. So we get minus 1/2 times 1/2 x. Now what's our power going to be? So minus 1/2 goes down again by a whole 1. Now 1 is 2 halves. So our power is going to be minus 1/2 minus 2 halves. So it's going to go down to minus 3 halves. So let's make that a bit nicer. So minus 1/2 times minus 1/2, minus 1/2 times 1/2 is minus 1/4. So we got minus 1/4 times x to the minus 3 halves. So let's sort out that power. So this is minus 1/4 times x to the minus 3 halves. First of all, we can think of as 1 over x to the 3 halves. So we've got minus 1/4 times. Now x to the 3 halves is saying x cubed square rooted. So this is 1 over square root of x cubed. So we can finally write that as minus 1 over 4 root x cubed. Good times. Hey guys, hope you found this useful. We're going to be doing this a lot in upcoming videos, so hope to see you there. Take care.